Hello, it's Marguerite from Make with Marguerite. Today I wanted to show you these really cute little Easter packages. They've got a little bunny inside. It's a Cadbury's bunny. They come in packs of 5 like this, and as you can see I've already taken 2 out, and they all have different characteristics, which I thought was quite unusual. I think this one's diving or something, a chef, but Emily told me that I should really get over myself about that. Anyway, I thought they looked really lovely in the oh, I've forgotten the name of the paper now. It's the Succulent Garden designer paper. This is my pack of paper, and as you can see there's quite a few bits in it because I've been using it endlessly. I think it's really nice. The colours in it are Calypso Coral, Mint Macaron, Old Olive, Sweet Sugar Plum and Tip Top Taupe. Anyway, I think they work really well, and I particularly like this one because it's got cabbages in it, and I sort of felt that the bunny was in the cabbage patch, but maybe that's just my mind. Anyway, let me show you how to make them. So you need to start with a piece of paper that I've already cut, and it's 5.5 inches by 5 inches. And the first thing you need to do is some scoring. So I'm going to bring my scoreboard in. Okay, so on the 5.5 inch side, you need to score at 1 inch, 2.5, 3.5, and 5. And then you need to spin it round, and on the other side, which is the 5 inch side, you need to score at 1 inch and 3.5. Okay, that's all the scoring. So, I'm not sure actually if I've chosen the best pattern as ever to show you this with, but I'm just folding on those lines that we scored. So you can see this is going to be the little tab that we're going to stick on. And as with all boxes or bags, actually the one I haven't, there'll be a little square that you don't need, so we'll just cut that off. There we go. And you need to cut up the bottom so that you can make the bottom of the bag. I hope you can see this. Unfortunately on this patterned paper it's not so easy to see. And I wanted to have a little hole for the bunny's face to be popping through, and instead of using the Big Shot, which not everyone I know owns, I thought it was easier to use punches. So in fact it's the 1 inch punch that I'm using, and to line it up, where we've got this score here, you're going to line up the edge. But before you do that, actually, it's quite useful to think about where the middle is. And I just put a little mark to help me see where I'm going to line it up. You could have punched one out. So I'm lining up the edge of the punch along that score, and I'm just making sure that that middle bit, where I put the dot, is also in the middle. Okay, and you will get a piece of the tab cut off, because normally we'd say that would be by the back, but the problem is the punch can't reach that far in, so that's why it has to be next to that piece there on the side. Okay, and also I thought it was really nice to put this little frame around it. So to make the frame you need a piece of Sweet Sugar Plum, and we're going to punch out the hole again that we've just done, the 1 inch. And to make the rim around it, I always find if you punch that one first and then change to the 1 1/4 punch, you can then make, I hope I'm in shot, you can just by eye see where to punch it and punch that out, and just stick that on with a little bit of snail. So put some snail on it. You could use Tombow, whatever you prefer, and just pop that on. There we go. Okay, and now I should probably move these out of your way. Now to just form the little bag, you want to use some fast fuse down the tab. Okay. With that ticking motion, fold it over. It's exactly the same as we've done on other projects. There we go. taking off that extra bit of glue I just got on there so the bag doesn't stick together. Pop in your sides. Pop that together. And a bit of glue on the bottom. Checking there was some there. And I say, you know, I normally like to use my stamping mist, but that's a bit fat for this one, so I'm just using a marker there. And we just need to punch those pieces in to make the little holes for the ribbon to go through. You can use any single-handed punch for this. I actually also have to still make myself a little mark as well, so I can see where I'm going to put it, because otherwise the minute I'm holding the punch I can't work out if I'm in the right place. So I don't know if you can see, I've got a little dot there just to guide me. There we go. And let's do this other one. Sorry, I'm being a bit cat-handed trying to do it in the camera shot for you, but I'm probably missing us. Anyway, right, there we go. Okay, so that is it done really. So you need one of your little bunnies. So I'm feeling very good because I haven't tried any of these, but I'm sure they taste delicious. There's its little cutie face poking through. And then you need some ribbon. So you could either use some of the sweet sugar plum, but I thought maybe that would feel a bit too much. So I've got here instead just some white ribbon. We've got loads of different ones in the catalogue. Okay, feed that through. And tie it in a little bow. Right, and then just nip off the ends so that it looks tidy. I need to bring that bit so it's not sticking up. There we go. They never want to behave when you're doing it on camera. Now the only other thing that I think would look really nice is I've done a tiny small sentiment on here. So this is from the Basket Bunch stamp set, which is really cute. I love the little bunny, and there's a carrot. Oh, it's just really lovely, and there's matching framelits, so I think it's a real must-have. And I'm using a sentiment here, an Easter treat for somebody sweet, but I don't want the whole of it because it was a bit too big for this very small treat package that we're doing. So I hope, well, I don't know if you've seen this technique before. So I only want to ink up an Easter treat bit here. So if I used an ink pad, I'd get the whole sentiment. And you can try and clean it off, and you can put sellotape over it and all sorts of different things to try and only get the bit you want. But what's much easier is just to use the size of a marker pen. So I'm using soft suede here, and you literally just brush over the sentiment. There you go. And there's a very important technique you have to do here. You have to huff on it, which always sounds a bit odd. And then stamp it down. Now when I do really skinny ones like this, I find it quite hard to cut it straight. It's one of the things I find that on the paper trimmer or with scissors I can't get a good, well, I just don't think it looks very good in the end. So I think it's easier to use this punch. This is the label punch, and it's nice and skinny, and it gives you a straight top and bottom. Now on this particular one, I thought it looked nicer to, instead of having the end as it is to make it into a little flag. So I made sure when I punched, I gave myself enough paper so that I can flag the end. And I wanted this end to be straight. But those bits are really easy to cut in comparison to cutting along a skinny piece like that. Skinny bits like that are really hard to cut straight, and if you cut it before you stamp, you will find well, maybe you're perfect at it and it's just me that's rubbish, but I find I can't get it straight. So I want that lifted up with a bit of dimension, So I have some dimensionals here, and you'll see my pack's always a bit scraggy because I like using the skinny edge bits for pieces like this. So I would cut just along here. So that I can put this on the back. Here we go. Okay, so that can go down here somewhere. And then I just thought a little flower, or on this one I actually chose to do 3 flowers because I was enjoying it so much. Looks really pretty. And this is the tree builder punch, so I don't know if you can see, that's the tree and that's the green bit of the tree, an apple, a little bird, etc. But there's this really sweet little flower that's, the punch is worth it alone for that flower. So I'm using a scrap of sweet sugar plum here. So here's the flower, and you need a glue dot. There we go. Pop that on the back. Where shall it go? I think it'll go, to be honest, I probably could have put that over a tiny bit more, but anyway, there we go. It's going to go on the top there. And I'm also using up mode on my pearls. So I've run out of the size I wanted, so I'm actually using the ones that are in the long strip together and just cutting one off because it's the perfect size for this. Sorry, I'm all fingers and thumbs. There we go. Didn't land where I wanted it. And there you have it. So I'll make sure the dimensions are on the screen as you go along, but it was really simple and I think they're just really cute. So please, if you've enjoyed this project, can you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and a like would be very appreciated. Thank you very much. Bye bye.